Peekaboo. Hi, I'm Elise Vinoan. I'm from Sarasota, Florida. Paula Dean, how you doing, girl? Welcome to my parents' house. So today I'm going to do a recipe I wish I could say was passed down from generations of my grandparents, but sadly, none of them really cooked. So this recipe came out of desperation, poverty, and a lot of hunger. We like to call these curious delights. Are you curious? I bet you are. Well, let us come to our stations. We have our sauce station, and we have our Philadelphia cream cheese station over here. All right, so we're going to come back to our sauce station. So what we have over here, we're going to use a 1/4 cup of blackberry jam, a dash of curry powder, a dash of cinnamon, cumin, a tablespoon of soy sauce, a half a lemon, and a dash of sugar. So let's turn this burner on. It will cooperate. All right, so we have that burner going. And we're gonna add our jam, 1/4 cup. And now, I bet you're wondering why this came out of desperation, poverty, and a lot of hunger. Well, I'll tell you. It was in college, and I was so hungry studying for an exam, and we had nothing in our house except for a thing of cream cheese, some jam, maybe some other stuff in the refrigerator, and some random condiments. Your tablespoon. So I went during the study break to make something for everybody, and I saw this, and I was like, I wonder how that would taste. So I kind of threw it together, and surprisingly, it wasn't that bad. I'm going to turn that down to medium heat. All right. So you kind of want to get this a little hot before adding everything else in. Okay. So now we're going to start with our curry powder. Just a dash of that. Cinnamon. Cumin. Our sugar, and our lemon. So yeah, we just, I made it up for these people, and it was actually really enjoyable, so we kept doing it. And what I love about this recipe is that you can reuse it, and you don't have to always use blackberry jam. You can use whatever kind you want, strawberry, apricot, the sky's the limit. And, but when you use all those, same ingredients, same everything, and it's fun, it's easy, and already this has come to a boil. So we're going to turn that down and let it simmer while we come over here and focus on our cream cheese. Okay, so over here we have apples, our almonds, our Philadelphia cream cheese. Now for our almonds, which are excellent brain food, this is why I thought it up. I use a coffee grinder. Now, if you don't have a coffee grinder, you can cut them up. The slices will be bigger, but it will still just taste the same. So you put them in a coffee grinder, and then put them in a bigger bowl that you can roll around with. Now, the apples, it's your choice on what kind of apples. I'm using a Fiji apple. You can also use a Granny Smith, which is very good with them. So we're going to come over here to our cream cheese, cut off just a little bit. And, don't let the cream cheese sit out at room temperature. You don't want that, because then it gets too mushy and too hard, to kind of deal with. You want it to be a little softer and whatnot to put in balls and cover up with. So you can take our apple, put it on top. We'll do just another one. And, and cream cheese is so rich and powerful in its own taste and texture that you don't need that, too much. You just want a nice ball of flavor, shall we? And so then you take another apple, put it over here. All right, let's go check on our sauce. And see, the sauce is just this beautiful consistency. I wish you could smell this. It smells so good with all the cayenne pepper and the cinnamon, blackberries. So now that we turn that off, let it cool for just a second as we walk it over here. Okay, and then just, pour it over. And this recipe is really fun to make with kids as well. They want to get their hands involved when they want to cook. And it's fun to let them, play with the balls of cream cheese and play with the sauce. Then you can put it in the refrigerator. I like to, just because I don't want to touch my hands on something that's too hot, even though it just tastes the same. But to let it cool down in the refrigerator. And, you can do it, let it cool down for about 10 minutes, 10 to 5 minutes. Not that big of a deal at all. Since we're on time restriction, those puppies are coming right back out. All right. And then my favorite part is to try them. I can pick one up. Mmm.
They are delightful, aren't they? My goodness, let me have some of that.
I got an apple skin stuck in my throat.
So good.
They're really good, but I got an apple skin stuck in my throat.
That could probably be the one risk involved. And there are always risks.
And
it could be worse.
So that
I want
is
another one.
the Curious Delights, and they are just so delicious. And so this is something you can try right away. I'm gonna grab it. Just cut it. Cut it.